Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have Game 3 in a best of 7 series show match between Root QXC, the blue Terran up in the top right of Kulas Ravine, and Liquid TLO, the purple Terran on the top left of the very same map, Kulas Ravine. Anyway, the series is tied up 1-1. This is Game 3 of 7. Someone will need to win 3 more games before we see who is our eventual winner. And yes, TLO is playing Terran and not Zerg. Very good. This is an old patch. It is 1.1.1. We are currently on 1.1.3, so it was a while ago. It was actually played before MLG DC back in, I think it was October. So yeah, it's kind of old. It's about a month and a half old. But nowhere online has this entire series been shown in its entirety, so figured I'd cast it all. I haven't actually done a lot of casts in the last week because I've been moving and upgrading my internet so I can make more of these videos, and actually some more different kind of videos, and I'll have more about that, I don't know, later on. But for right now, we have a very exciting Game 3. I hope it's exciting. Actually, I haven't watched these all yet. There's a lot of games here, but, you know, I'll watch them now. So TLO and QXC building their barracks at the exact same time. Very like Terran players to do that. And they're probably both going to be getting their refineries next and their orbital commands after that. So yeah, they are. They are doing that. Very standard Terran build. That's what I like to call it. Anyway, SCV-4QXC is going to be scouting around the map first. He is the blue SCV right here. TLO's SCV is purple. They're going to slam right into each other, and QXC is going to know that TLO is up in that corner. TLO, of course, has to go the rest of the distance. I don't know if he's going to check that cross position first. He's going to check the Zelnaga Tower, but he just bumped into an SCV. He saw an SCV already, so he is going to move the correct direction first, though, to QXC's main. QXC is going to have a little look around and see nothing out of the ordinary at all. No double racks right away, no Vespine, second refinery yet. TLO is going to see the exact same thing out of QXC. The opener is just so very solid, no real reason to change that up too much. Getting up to that orbital command, and then from there you can kind of do some different things. You can get another refinery, add a factory and a starport. You can go 2 racks factory, get some tank marine early aggression going. You can go multiple racks, get lots of marines and marauders, try and surprise your opponent if he's going for a more tech heavy route. And a Ghost Academy could also be placed here behind the mineral line for TLO, and that's exactly what he's doing. So like I said, options are a Terran's best friend. They actually have so many options. Fast Banshee is viable, Fast Ghost can be viable, Fast Raven, Marine Tank, Marine Marauder. It's just, Terran versus Terran has so many different things they can do. It's definitely evolved beyond Viking tank battles for position across the map, although Game 2 was extremely long, and there was kind of a stalemate in the middle of the map. There was stuff going on constantly around the edges with Hellion drops, Marine drops, Marauder drops, battle cruisers, nukes, everything was going on. Banshee harassment. Saw pretty much every unit in the Terran arsenal there in that game. And as I say that, I'm quickly trying to think of a unit we didn't see, and I'm actually pretty sure we saw everything. Except Reapers! There were no Reapers in that whole game. Wow, Reapers. Way to drop the ball on that one. Anyway, TLO is building a Ghost very, very quickly. QXC is going to spy that Ghost Academy, though, so he is going to be prepared. Even though he didn't see the Ghost pop out, he knows what's coming. So what is he going to do to prepare for this? He's just going to mass more units. He's got this barracks on a reactor already, so he can crank out some Marines. He's also getting a nice siege tank here. Does not have any upgrades going yet for any units. He's finishing up a starport now, and probably going to get medevacs there for it to assist them in the very high damage battle that's about to occur. Ghosts just do so much damage. They do 20 damage against light units, while Marines only do a measly 6. So Ghost can cleave right through them, especially with sniper rounds. Since he doesn't have a nuke to work with yet, there's no factory yet for TLO, so not going to be seeing a nuke anytime soon. Stimpack is being researched now for TLO. QXC actually can't research Stim yet until he flips a barracks onto this tech lab or gets a tech lab instead. QXC did get a tank out very quickly, though, and tanks actually do 25 damage against armored, but there are no armored units. 15 damage, I believe, against a regular unit. Yes, 15. So TLO actually does lose a Marine there to those tank shots, and I'm curious to see how far QXC will pursue that Ghost. Not to the ends of the earth, it looks like. QXC is going to head home. TLO drops a nice scan there to get all the information he might ever want, seeing the second barracks being built here. So yeah, QXC actually went 1-1-1, adding on more barracks now. TLO actually also adding on barracks and an engineering base, so he might be going for a quick 1-0 or getting turrets up quickly since he doesn't have that much anti-air. Tanks move in here to the destructible rock area. Now they are going to be blasting these rocks. Tanks, of course, do very good against rocks because they are armored. And as we said just a moment ago, 25 damage a shot versus armored units from those tanks. And now a Banshee is out from QXC, so it's probably a good thing that that engineering base coming down for TLO. Even though he only has one turret being built right now, he could actually throw up a couple more and be safe from the Banshee, even though it's not getting cloak. TLO doesn't know it's not getting cloak. All he saw was a starport with a tech lab. Anyway, TLO is breaking down these destructible rocks so he can eventually expand up here on this high ground. The Banshee has arrived for QXC. This turret is in a great spot, actually, and there are a couple of ghosts here to fend this off and eventually destroy that Banshee. So TLO not too worried about that single measly Banshee with no cloaking. These rocks are going to go down now, though, so QXC is going to take the shortcut over to TLO's main here. He's going to send all these Marines here to assist. He's just going Marine tank, heavy Marine tank, getting combat shields. Did he get Stimpack finish? No, he did not. He is getting those combat shields first, which is kind of interesting, although they will help against those ghosts. I'm not sure how much they'll actually help. But this Banshee is now going to be used as a support unit instead of a harass unit. Going to be very nice to have here with these tanks and these Marines. Banshees, of course, do very high DPS, cloaked or not, harassment or support. Either way, they're very formidable foes. And actually, he's going to be able to score a lovely SCV kill here as it's building this command center. Not going to be finishing anytime soon. Progress is stymied, staunched, whatever you want to say. And TLO's keeping an eye out on this natural expansion here. Doesn't look like QXC even plans to expand, though. This game looks like one base play for the time being until he gets enough units that he's comfortable with. Probably wants to get stim now that combat shields are finishing soon. Not quite finished yet. Now a command center is coming down, so I'm eating my words already. Always love to eat my words. Looks like another SCV was picked off there in the shade of TLO. Just an idler, though. He was worthless anyway. And this command center is going to be completed here by another SCV and some turrets thrown up so that this Banshee can't come back and wreak more havoc. QXC is bouncing between these Unlocked towers. I like this tactic. He's just patrolling between the two towers to get vision on either side. Single Marauder coming back here just to check the rocks, and TLO finds, oh no, there's no rocks here. This could be bad for him, but TLO actually loses that Zelnaga tower, so his map vision is waning quickly. This SCV is going to die, and this Marauder if he doesn't get out of there. Banshees are faster than Marauders, though. Is he going to close the gap? No, it looks like he's going to change direction. Head over to the left. He actually could still cut him off if he wanted to, but he's going to head back to this expansion of TLO. TLO does have a few Marines there, actually ghosts waiting, so QXC might lose this Banshee if he doesn't hurry up and get out of there. Thankfully for QXC, TLO will not be able to do any sniper rounds as they only do biological units. They will be able to EMP, though, and kill off all that energy for the cloak that QXC doesn't have. But anyway, QXC is getting Stimpaks now. He's still churning out Marines. Looks like factory production has pretty much stopped. More Banshees coming out now for support, and Siege Tech is done. Oh, that's going to help so much. QXC has a huge food advantage here, even though it doesn't look like that much. Oh no, a nuke built already. QXC probably needs to get the hell out of there if he's going to live with any of these units. He unsieges quickly there, does not unsiege these tanks. I have a feeling this guy's might be damaged severely here in the next few seconds. Yeah, he's cut in half. This one's cut in half. 3 Marines go down. Still an effective nuke for TLO, even though it only killed 3 Marines and a couple half of a tank. Couple tank halves. Not sure how to say that correctly, but anyway, sniper rounds now coming out for these ghosts. Marines biting the dust here while the tanks do all the work on the production structures. TLO not lifting off, which is interesting since he could be lifting off not only this barracks but this factory as well, taking far less damage than he is right now. QXC is parking here in cliff range here, trying to blast this turret. No, it looks like he's going to start advancing forward and try and take on the army of TLO. This Banshee is actually going to do some vision spotting here, and the tanks just blast those SCVs. Banshee's still in range to see this missile turret. Now it is down. QXC doing a very, very good contain here. Going to leave the production tab open just a second. TLO's trying to rebuild some barracks now that he lost, but QXC has such a large force here. Heosat evidently lagging the game a little bit. Heosat, of course, is Team Liquid's main sponsor. He is the owner of the little app factory, and he is forced to leave the game. But QXC's Contain looks like it is going to be very hard to break for TLO in this position. He's at 69 over 62. QXC able to continue pumping out Marines and medevacs now to speed the fight up even faster. He can just medevac over some tanks and some Marines to support this force. A couple of Banshees here floating around, just keeping an eye on things. This command center is in range of the siege tanks now, so QXC sitting pretty. This Banshee's going to try and poke in and do some damage. Of course, it's going to go down in a single blast from this Viking. Nothing else really going on. QXC did get that expansion up, and he's mining away happily from it. TLO is forced to lift off his command center here at the second location, and these tanks are just going to continue blasting away. TLO pinned too far into his base. Eventually, these SCVs were going to come under fire, and he would not be able to match production anyway, as his supply depots were all getting destroyed. So TLO, GG's on out of here. Let's move into Game 4 to see if QXC can take a 3-1 advantage, or just have TLO tie it up and make it 2-2. We'll just have to see. Come with me.